Well, hello everyone, I'm Yanni from BU Gaming, and today we are back in Animallica. And in this video I'm just going to show you where you can find Cattail. And for those wondering, there's a few buildings that need Cattail. As you can see, I'm in the advanced workstation right now, and a small, medium and large hut all requires Cattail. You're also gonna need Cattail for this is the medieval workstation. And whoops, let's just go up here. Ooh, or workshop. There we go, come on. And in this one you are gonna need it for the medieval festival house. You're gonna need a little Cattail here. That's the four building I right off the bat can remember where you need Cattail for. There might be a few other buildings, but it's a nice big supply that you need. One of them required even 200 Cattail. And I know of 3 different places in the game where you for sure can find a nice big amount of Cattail, and I'm just gonna show you those. Okay, so there are 2 locations in the land base area. As you can see, I'm right here in the main area, and I just noticed we've got new trees here, these pink ones that didn't used to be there. I was like, what's new? But that's definitely new. Anyway, there are 2 locations in the land base where you can get Cattail, and one of them is right down here. If you pass by these greenhouses and just go straight down this path, and then we have to turn left at some point, and then we should find ourselves some Cattail. It's been a while since I've been down this path actually. And it gives me an excuse to actually take Chrome for a ride, because I rarely use any of these horses. Oh, there's actually a cow here, okay. Looks like I have to go down here and pay them a visit. There we go, first time on the left actually. If you look past all the enclosures, then you just turn left on the first path, and right over here by this little pond is where you find Cattail. Yep, let's get, there we go. And this is what you're looking for. Yep, nice, very easy to find. And let's just, yep, looks just like that. And you just press E and you get 10 from each of these. So as you can see, you can actually get a nice supply here, and it's not that far away from the balloon, if you just, or from the main base area anyway. And yeah, it's also always a good place to find clay. So the second location in the land base where you can find this is you need to go out this main gate here, and then you just kind of turn left, go down this little path, and come on, there we go. Oh, come on. Oh, a little bit stuck. Let's head out this way. You just follow the coastline to the left here, and then a bit of ways out here in the hills you will find another little pond with Cattail. There we go. Okay, wow, it always makes me dizzy riding. There. Okay, come on. See if I can remember how far out we have to go. I think we have to go a little bit further, but it's fairly easy to find once you know what you are looking for. And yeah, it's right over there. That is another nice location to get some Cattail. And yeah, do remember, you can always, if you leave the biome, like teleport out. For instance, if you have your base at Slice Land and you teleport into the land base, you go and pick up all of these resources. You can see there's a lot of nice Cattail here. There's even clay. There's also a lot of other flowers and stuff, even mushrooms that you can find around this. This is actually one of my favorite ones of these Cattail locations, because there's a ton of resources all around here that you can collect. And then you can actually just port back to, for instance, Slice Land or wherever you came from, doesn't really matter, port out of this biome and back in, and everything has respawned. All these types of resources. There are certain resources in the game, like tool sets and things like that doesn't respawn, but these general resources like plants and rocks and stuff, everything respawns. It might not be in the exact same location, but you will always find this stuff here. So that's an easy way of doing it. And what I would do is, perhaps if you have a good location like this, then build a ritual fire, for instance, and place it down, and then you can actually use that and just teleport back to, for instance, Slice Land or wherever, teleport right back and trigger it again, pick everything up, teleport out, teleport back. You know, if you find a good location in the game with a nice supply of resources, that can be really handy. Just remember that the game saves that location, so if you want to change it back so that you end up at the balloon, the next time you teleport back to that specific biome, you'll just have to go and take the balloon again out of it, and then the next time you teleport to the biome, you will end up at the balloon. So it always remembers the last teleport that you have used to leave the biome. Okay, let's go and check out the third location. So the third location is in Green Hills, as you can see. So we are gonna take Dawn here for a little ride, and we are just gonna actually just kind of turn right here, I guess, and right through. But I usually actually go this way because otherwise it's a little bit. Usually seems like a little bit of a detour, but it's also a matter of keeping yourself fairly safe and not run into any baddies along the way, unless you already went through this biome and kind of cleared them out. But I kind of just ride straight inland here, and you can see we are passing the windmill up here. It's right here behind the hill. Yep, right there. So you get an idea of where you are, and then you have these mountains ahead of you, and yeah, you can ride up on the right side too. It's just follow the coastline, but it takes a little longer if you have to follow the coastline all the way around, because yeah, that just makes the trip a little longer, and it's a little bit of a detour. But you just kind of stay on the right side of these mountains. All of that is like the middle part of Green Hills, and head out in this direction, and of course have your the coast on your right side behind all of these hills. And then we are just continuing straight out here. This is the longer way, or the longer trip, if you want to get to Cattail. This location, you can see the ocean is out there, is the one that is the furthest away from a balloon, but I thought I would show you anyway. Just have to get through all these trees here. And it's kind of a new experience for me. I rarely travel like this. It's very rarely that I go anywhere and I just have to go from point A to point B. I'm always exploring and usually running around on my own 2 feet, so I rarely bring a horse with me. And I just kind of prefer that way of traveling. Should be coming up fairly soon here. Yep, as I said, it's a longer travel out here, and of course I have already been through this biome, so I have cleared out all the baddies and have taken away most of the animals along the way. So do not, if you haven't been here yet, don't judge it on that, because there's a lot of baddies and animals and stuff to find in this biome, but I've already been through it. There might be a few dogs somewhere that I need to go and find after the last update, because they do add new animals every now and then, and sometimes they'll be added to some of the biomes you've already been through, of course. But actually we need to head out further. Yep, this is the first little farm you have here, and then after the next little area here, you are gonna find the other building. You can already kind of see it a little bit between the trees there. So you can see it's a fairly long ride out here, but it's beneficial if you go to Green Hills in general. Bring ritual fires with you. You can see I actually have one out here, which means if I make this trip like I did now, I haven't actually done like a proper. You can see all the cattail out here. This is a very, very nice place for resources too. And if you make the trip out here to actually get a bunch of cattail, it's a really nice idea to do what I've done here. You can see I already have a ritual fire, and then just go around, collect all your resources. You can see there's a ton of cattail out here, lots and lots and lots and lots of cattail to get. I haven't actually counted, but I think you can get at least 200 if not more cattail in this one location here. Fairly certain you can get more. There's always some logs, there's a nice supply of clay, and then there's these rocks which I think give you iron. I'm not quite sure. I know the video is about cattail, but it's always nice to, yeah, it's mostly iron you get from these, but why not get them while you're here anyway, because you're gonna need stone and iron. And if you're looking at the medieval buildings to for the cattail, then you're gonna need a huge supply of stone anyway, so might as well pick it up while you're here, loot everything in the building if you haven't been here before, and then you just kind of go and take the ritual fire like this one, and as you see, you'll just get the usual menu here, and you can pop back to, for instance in my case it would be Slice Land, and then you can just load off your resources, pop straight here, use the balloon, and then when you go back to Green Hills via the balloon, you'll automatically end up here, because this is the last teleport you have used in Green Hills. Go around, pick up all your resources again, do it once more, and yeah, until you have a supply where you think, okay, that is fine, I've gotten all I need. And then you can choose to just leave the teleport here if you think, okay, I might want to go back for more, or you can take your horse or well on your own 2 feet as I would usually do, and then just go back to the balloon or go to another teleport you might have somewhere. There are some other really good locations in Green Hills to do this, and the balloon might not be, you know, the most beneficial place to have as your standard location. If you don't really need anything near the balloon, then it might be a good idea to actually place a ritual fire somewhere else in a biome, because you might be going to that location a lot of times to get resources. So the ritual fires are really handy in that way. Just remember, you can't pick them back up. You'll only get bones back if you break these. So yeah, be sure to place them somewhere where they have a good use, and you might want to come back later for a good resource grind. Anyway, that's just what I wanted to show you guys with cattail. So thank you for watching, and as always, do take care and happy gaming.